I've always been good. Who am I trying to kid? No, I'm joking. What you're seeing here is the polished version, right? I've done this for 8 years now. It started when I was 17. Until recently, I would have told you that it started when I picked up the book The Game. But everyone's read the book The Game, right? But when you get deeper into this and you get a more firmer understanding of your own psychology, you realize there's certain events in your life that are quite influential into who you become and who you are, and are roots that are the thoughts that you have. And I was kind of thinking about this, and I read a book, and you might want to read this book. No one really talks about it, but I think it's a very special book, and it's called The Science of Acting, and it's by Sam Kogan. And it's a book to help, is it method acting? Is that what it's called? Method acting?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Science of acting?
The Science of Acting, yeah. Yeah, it's to help method actors kind of understand the psychology and the role, of the role that they're taking on, and to really strip out their own person and really, dig deep into the events that happened in this person's life to understand why they are the person they are. And through reading this book, you actually understand who you are and what influences you've caught on the way. And what I realized was I was actually suppressed. I was suppressed by having pretty much zero female contact. The only sort of female contact I did have was when I was in primary school. And I vaguely remember, and I laugh about this with my mum now, but I actually used to get bullied by girls in the playground. At a young age, where everyone's innocently, playing kiss chase, I'm running away from the girls because they're getting me a corner and they're kicking me in the legs, right? No joke, it was pretty severe. As a parent, you'd be a bit worried. I was coming home, I was only maybe 4 or 5 years old, right? And I've got bruises all over my shins. This was real. But that I kind of got sorted out. My mum obviously marched down there and sorted it out with the head teacher. But obviously that stuck in my head. That was an experience that I had, a confrontation with girls. Later on, I moved to, higher up in the school, was around, kind of year 4 or 5. And I remember being late for a maths class. And I hate this maths teacher. But as a punishment, she put me on a table full of girls. I was like, oh no, God, I'm never going to be late again. And all I remember from that lesson was just being bullied. I was just getting, I was this really lanky, awkward kid at school. I never saw being tall as an asset until recent years, right? Because my confidence was built up inside. I was like this. I had rounded shoulders, and I was walking around like that. It's easy to take the piss out. I looked like something out of the Addams Family. What's his name? Lurch, right? And girls took the piss out of me, and those two events stuck with me for a long time. I went to secondary school, and you'd think, okay, secondary school, come on, man, grow up. You can get over this now. Sure, but it was 5 years at an all-boys school, So it was just still, any encounter I had with girls, it was just still ingrained, girls don't like me, that was the belief that was installed. Can anyone relate to this? Yeah? So there's a sequence of events that happen in your life, and you hold on to them, and you go, no, because of that event. That's why I can't do it, right? So what I learned is we need to build up reasons of why we can. Yeah, but I had so many reasons why I can't that I wouldn't even put any contact with girls, yeah? Now, outside of school, now we're talking around I'm probably about 18, 19 now. Yeah, so we're talking very early on, but these are the events leading up to that early age. So yeah, I was from Reading, and all my friends had this small mind mentality, right? They just want to go to the same run-of-the-mill place every week in, week out. And it was like Revolution, these commercial vodka clubs, and it was... Thanks for the sound effects.
Smoky Joe's.
Oh, Maidenhead, yeah. I know all these places, right? That they want to go to the same run-of-the-mill places. And for me, I wasn't seeing the quality in the sort of women that I wanted to be around, right? And they wouldn't have the confidence to go and approach women. They'd be the sort of guys that they would hang around to the end, and if there's a few sort of girls left, maybe, they'll get a kiss. That's it. And if I had the confidence to go and approach a girl, I'd just sort of move myself away from the pack, and I go and sort of sneakily go and make an approach, they'd be standing at the bar of ice cubes and just throwing at my head. It's funny now, but at the time it's very frustrating because you're constantly trying to make an effort to progress. So I got a key thing that really helped me accelerate is get myself away from these people. We're constantly told this, right? Put people around you that are going to be influential to you. Manage your influences, so to speak. And that's something that was quite hard for me to do, but since I did it, my game just accelerated. Because I kind of knew in my head like where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, but actually had to get away from the things that were holding me back, right? And this was around the sort of time the book The Game came out, right? So normally when I tell this story, it starts here. But up until recently, I realized my own psychology. I was like, whoa, no, it goes a lot deeper than that. Can anyone relate to that? Everyone, after me telling you this, can you relate to certain events in your life that kind of bring you sat here today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah? Good. So the book The Game coming out, I was like, wow, Jesus. It actually was a present for my brother. And I flicked through it, I was like, fucking hell, this is jokes, man. But what I realized straight away was, which got me excited, was there was patterns. Because any sort of way that I did have any sort of success with girls, I was realizing there seemed to be a noticeable pattern in the psychology that was used. I wasn't obviously conscious of it prior to then, but it got me excited and it got me thinking of what was actually possible. So I palmed it off as one of those presents that's really for yourself, but it was my brother's birthday, right? So I waited till he finished it, picked it back up, looked at it, and I went out there and I pretty much did everything that was in that book. A lot of it was canned material, right? But what I was understanding was the mechanics of why it was working. The reasons why women responded to me differently from before. And I acquired a wingman. Now the sort of places I was going were the commercial sort of hip hop and dance sort of scenes, like the Revolutions clubs and all that sort of bullshit. And my friend was like more of the indie scene, so completely different from me. So he was my wingman, which was great because he gave me access to all those kind of things, and I gave him access to the scene that he wouldn't normally jump into. So every week it was like we were just crossing over into different scenes. It was so diverse, and we did this for 2 years. We did this for 2 years, and for those 2 years we had a lot of experience. We racked up experience. And a key thing that I said to him, we're not going out to get pussy. We're not going out to get laid. We're going out tonight to meet fun and interesting people. And you might want to write that down right now. You're going out tonight to meet fun and interesting people, because what we realized was when you start going out and you go, right, we're going out tonight, we're going to get some pussy, the only thing you're going out with is your tail in between your legs when you come home. Right? That's the honest truth. Because you're putting so much social pressure on your head to get some sort of goal, but you're not actually, you're not even microcalibrating it. You're not even getting in. You're not even opening an interaction. Do you see?
I understand that, but sometimes, isn't it, by giving yourself a target, you need a little bit of pressure. Right? It's too easy not to step out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely. So we used to flip a coin. So you go, right, your heads, your tails, bang, okay, yeah, you'll go. Yeah? So, the game was just to open up the whole room at the beginning. At the start, it should be about quantity rather than quality, because you need to exercise that social muscle. If you're not using it, it's not going to be there when you actually need it, right? So anyone that works for me will know that I want them to open up a whole room before we actually get onto the real stuff. We're going to do about 5 interactions in the street, and it's not about anything. It's just talk, because I want you socializing, right? That's called getting into state. People are like, oh, Johnny, how do you get into state? Yeah, keeping fit is great. It gives you a positive mind. Eating healthy, that's great. But being sociable, If you see that girl across the room and you haven't been socializing, don't expect that muscle to be there when you need it. It's like going in the gym and trying to lift 120 on the bench, and you haven't picked up any dumbbells yet. Yeah? Everyone know what I'm saying? Give me a little cheesy Anthony Robbins eye. Aye. Okay, we're going on time. 1, 2, 3, aye? Aye. Yeah. Okay. Just Americanize the whole room. Okay, so we went out for 2 years, right? So one thing I want you to get from this story as well is don't be selfish with this stuff. Okay? Always pass on what you know. Because take it from me, when I first started reading about this stuff, and this book was, maybe jump onto so many different books and explore loads of stuff. I didn't want to share it with anyone. I was going into clubs thinking I had like weapons of mass seduction, There was nothing no one could do. It was like my own little secret. But what you actually do, you hit a plateau very quickly. Because when you're teaching this stuff all the time, you're recycling it in your head, and you're passing it on. Yeah? So look to get a wingman. Yeah? Look to pass it on to someone. Don't be selfish. And you'll realize if someone else understands a dynamic, they can help you tenfold. Yeah? So crisis struck and he got a girlfriend, a damn bastard. I was like, fuck. And it also made me realize we're all in this for different reasons. I was pissed off, I was frustrated, we were having a hell of a lot of fun. Right? And I was like, fuck, man, Jesus, this is it, this is over. And I thought, hang about, I need to appreciate, we're all in this for different reasons. And up until this point, I was going out there and I didn't really have any direction. So there's people teaching this stuff, right? They'll teach you all the tools, but they won't actually teach you the core values on why you're doing it and what you're looking for. It's not just about picking up chicks and getting laid every weekend. Yeah, you can do that, and if that keeps you happy, it might do for a short while, but it won't on the long run. Okay? And I started to think about, what do I want from this? I don't want a girlfriend right now. And I was looking at a situation, I was thinking, wow, this is such a powerful skill set, it's a powerful tool. I was thinking, okay, I know what I want from this. I want to be in a stage of my life where I'm in a room and I'm just brushing shoulders of high-profile people, influential people, maybe the odd celebrity here and there. I want to drop dead gorgeous girlfriend. But even at that time, that was too vague for me. So I started to think, okay, what is gorgeous for me? Your gorgeous is different from his gorgeous, right? So I started thinking in detail, what is it I like? And I envisioned that. And that stayed with me. I just had that moment, that stayed with me. And I got another wingman. Same thing happened. Sorry, let me pause right there. If you didn't write that down, what I want you to write down is vision what you want. Yeah? It's a very powerful thing within this, is creating a vision.